Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera I wish to our wise and respected panels. I am Muhammad Noor Azam Bin Mohamad, student of Mechanical Engineering Faculty. Today, I will present my final year project proposal, which is interfacing and adapting a car ECU as a firefighting system controller. This project will be conducted under the supervision of professional technologist Sir Muhammad Fauzi bin Othman. Without further ado, I will start with the first section, Project Summary. Project Summary. This section portrays the overall surface of this project. Car accidents happen unexpectedly in our daily life. In a car crash scenario, there are chances that the driver and passengers are unconscious due to the high impact heat. Since the driver and passenger were unconscious, the spare portable fire extinguisher could not be used to put out any fire that ignited in the engine compartment caused by the high impact heat. This will cause the fire to be more active by reacting with leak fluid, causing severe fire and even explosion that can cost the life of the driver and passengers. To overcome this problem, an automatic firefighting system is being proposed to be installed in automobiles all around the world. Therefore, this project aims to conduct research on developing an automatic firefighting system that is controlled by the electronic control unit of a car. The ECU will command the deployment of an active fire extinguisher automatically when the installed sensor detect fire symptoms such as smokes, flame and temperature rises in the engine compartment. The performance of the new approach will be compared with the existing approach. The outcome of this research will be used as a working prototype of a firefighting system for the car. Next, introduction. During a car crash, a collision happens between car and another vehicles or object in surrounding areas such as road dividers or trees. Since the car is moving at a certain speed, a high impact heat will be produced from the collision. Thus, the high impact heat will cause serious damage to the car, especially in engine compartment where the fire ignition usually begins. According to the research from Swedish Transport Administration regarding fatal crashes from 1998 to 2008, 181 people died in 133 burning cars. The ignition point of fire was identified in only half of the cases, but of those, half of them originated in the engine compartment and 1/4 started near the fuel tank or lines. As you can see on the right side of the slide, there are highway vehicle fire statistics by NFPA. From that, we can see that the highest cause of highway vehicle fires are from engine compartment. Understanding the serious risk of car fires, all vehicle users are strongly advised to keep at least one portable fire extinguisher nearby so that fire ignition can be shut down instantly after a car crash before spreading, causing bigger flames and even explosions. However, there are some possibilities where the driver and passengers are unconscious after a serious car crash. Thus, the fire could not be shut down instantly since there was no one conscious enough to use the spare portable fire extinguisher. Considering this scenario, an automated firefighting system controlled by the car electronic control unit has been proposed to be worked on. Theoretically, the firefighting system will be triggered by a signal from car ECU that works just like an airbag system that pops up after a high impact heat. The firefighting system will be triggered by fire-related sensors such as smoke, flame and temperature sensors. Applying the same concept as an airbag system, an active fire extinguisher will be deployed to deny any cause of fire in the engine after a car crash. This will help to reduce the risk of car burning and exploding, thus saving the driver and passengers all around the world. The next section is literature review. Developing this project requires a good deal of knowledge on how to operate with ECU and adapting it as a controller of a firefighting system. Therefore, literature review section emphasize reading materials to be reviewed and summarized into important points that are related to the project. Below are some important points that have been summarized from articles and website. The first one is article of Study of Active and Passive Safety System and Review Impact Test on 2014 by Wei R and Gadget SY. From the article, I have summarized that passive safety device aid in reducing the impact from abnormal events such as accident. Passive active system components that are installed in vehicles refers to airbags and seat belts. The second article is What is an Electronic Control Unit on 2020 by Mobility Insider website. From the article, I have summarized that Electronic Control Unit is an embedded system that regulates one or more electrical system or subsystem in a vehicle. ECU is also in charge for the passive safety system like airbag. And the last one is from J. Hollingham, which is the article of Flame Sensor Review on 2001. From the article, I have summarized that flame sensor is a sensor used to distinguish fire presence by perusing the light emission wavelength from 760 nanometer to 1100 nanometer. Its functioning standard is basic, which is utilizing the IR flame flash as its sources. Next, objective. There are two main objectives to be achieved in this project. The first one is to be able to conduct research in interfacing and adapting a car ECU as a firefighting system controller. And the next one is to develop an automatic firefighting system that is commercial for national and international automobile users. An automatic firefighting system that is compatible for every type of vehicles from any country will be a great success for this project. Next, scope of project. In deciding the scope of project, I have used the method of asking myself few questions on what are the desired outcome from this project. The first one that I ask myself is, what is the aim of this project? The aim of this project is to develop an automatic firefighting system that reacts instantly during car fires. This leads to the next question, how am I going to do that? In this project, the electronic control unit of the car will be adapted as the controller of the firefighting system by considering all of the working variables such as the characteristic of the ECU itself. The next question is where and when the study is going to be conducted. The study will be conducted both online and physically and will be conducted along the 7th and 8th semester of my mechanical engineering degree studies as my final year project. The last question that I ask myself is for who this project is dedicated to. This study is dedicated to the car manufacturers to improve the safety features of their automobiles. The next one is limitation. In developing this project, there are few limitations that need to be considered. The first one is ECU is an embedded system that only can be accessed by a special tool which is known as tuner. It will cost a good amount of money since we either need to buy or register the membership to get access to the tuners. For example, the OBD2 bidirectional diagnostic scan tool for Proton and Pro 2 cars costs around RM300 to 400, which is quite expensive. Furthermore, we have limited access to the electronic control unit of a car physically. So far, we have not found any available ECU to be modified. It is quite difficult to get access to the car's ECU physically since modifying the car ECU could cause permanent damage to the car system if something goes wrong. Therefore, we might need to discover an alternative way of adapting the car ECU as a firefighting system controller. The next section is methodology. For this project, methodology section are divided into 3 sections. The first one is collecting information regarding firefighting system and ECU. This section is necessary so that I am able to identify the suitable approach in developing this project as intended. The second section is the design process of circuit which fit the system function as an automatic firefighting system. For this project, I have utilized the Arduino software to create a circuit that consists of sensors, data reader and actuator. I am also planning on improving the circuit by using commercialized components that are available on market. For example, the MQ5 smoke sensors in the circuit might be replaced with good lama original kit smoke detector that is more commercial. And the last section is modification and alteration of ECU as a firefighting system controller. The next plan is to adapt the car's electronic control unit into constructed circuit of the firefighting system. From the discussion with Supervisor, there are 2 options for the circuit that are being considered in developing this project, which are shown in the slide. We are trying to achieve either one, which is option 1 or option 2. Next, preliminary result. As the preliminary result, we have completed the circuit layout which fit the system functions as a firefighting system which as shown. Now, we are currently working on the option 1 which consists of sensors, electronic control unit of a car and actuator. Smoke, flame and temperature sensors will be utilized to detect the presence of fire in the engine compartment. If possible, ECU will read the data captured by the sensor and command the actuator to deploy the fire extinguisher. Next, expected result. In this project, one of the expected results is that we are able to conduct simple modification on car ECU at a minimum cost. The main purpose of ECU modification is to add sensors that are related to fire detection, such as smoke, flame and temperature sensors. Besides, a comprehensive idea of developing a firefighting system controlled by car ECU that is commercial to be used on national and international automobiles is also expected by the end of the project. The last section in this project proposal is project planning. Project planning is necessary as it helps me to focus on every step that I need to execute in developing this project. Alhamdulillah, everything has worked as planned for my final year project 1. This figure shows the Gantt chart of my project planning for the final year project 1 and 2. That's all from me. Thank you and have a good day.